All right. Who's your guy?
Our guys.
Give me a guy.
Well, so first of all, I've done about 20 minutes of draft prep for this season. So this is
Beautiful.
not like, this will evolve in the coming 48 hours. But I will say this, I'm starting on an easy one. It doesn't count. I am a Cooper Flagg guy. And I don't mean that as in like, I think he's going to be, he could be like, oh man, my camera just died on me, huh?
Oh, there you go.
But I am actually extra high on Cooper Flagg. I think he's actually made of all the right stuff. So for me, I'm a Cooper Flagg guy. I know this doesn't count as a my guy because he's everybody's guy, consensus number one pick, but I am on the higher end of what I think he will become. So, because I know some people are like, oh, he's going to be a high level role player, this or that. I think he's going to be an elite championship piece. And I could see him being a guy that wins multiple championships, not necessarily as this like consensus MVP caliber player, but just as that kind of player really makes championship teams. So I'm really, really high on Cooper Flagg. So I guess I would take him first as my guy, if that counts.
I like it. It's great. All the reporting that you heard out of Team USA camp last year was, oh my God, this guy is such a competitor. And I remember doing some very, very, very like surface level cursory reporting on Victor Wembanyama before he got drafted. And I was talking with his trainer on the phone, and I was like, what's the deal? Like, is this guy everything that he's advertised to be, right? Because I wasn't watching, French national team tape or whatever. And he goes, it's better. Like, this guy is such an MFer. He's a killer. It's not just the fact that he's 7'6" with all this skill. It's that he really wants to be the best. And you hear all the same stuff about Cooper Flagg, and I think that's such an underrated part of all of this stuff. It's the part that we were talking about with guys like Jokic and SGA and Steph. It's if you have that little thing, that little extra emotional edge, that's what makes it, right? The NBA is so hard. It's so hard to win a championship, and you just need guys like that. So I'm with you on Cooper Flagg. And everybody knows, you can go to smarter draft people and they could tell you all the skill stuff and what makes them and this and that and whatever. But yeah, when I hear stuff like that, he's on my list. Can I give you a guy?
Go for it. You better not take my guy. I should have saved him for the end.
We're definitely going to have, there's going to be an overlap. I just don't know.
We might have the same guys. We like similar players.
Cedrick Coward.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We're safe.
I'm safe here. This guy is one of my guys. 6'6", 7'2" wingspan, a little bit older, but I love the story. Late bloomer, went a little JUCO route, moved up in status and in colleges, transferred to bigger college after bigger college, Washington State this last year. Incredible physical profile and just looks the part of a 3-and-D guy. You look at the numbers, awesome spot up shooter. Doesn't he's like really smart and efficient in terms of how he moves, not just like percentages and stuff, but doesn't waste time, doesn't waste movement, kind of just gets to his spots, keeps the ball moving, has a little bit of a low post thing going on. So it feels like his game can scale, right? He's not going to be obviously used in the post a whole lot as a rookie. As a rookie, he's going to walk in as a 3-and-D guy. Defensively, can just switchable, versatile, defends all these positions, very productive defensively. It feels like he can walk in and be a 3-and-D guy right away, and then maybe develop into a guy with a higher usage. And there was already signs, like he got higher and higher usage in college as he transferred and got into bigger programs. And it feels like he could take a similar path in the NBA. So I love all of that stuff with him. But what I really love, again, the interviews, the quotes. Yeah. The guy's like, I want to be the greatest. I'm a killer. Nobody's friends with me when I'm in between those four lines. Like all that cliche stuff that I eat up at. I'm like, I love all of that stuff. Like I am here for all of it. So if you're that guy, you know who he reminds me of? Jimmy Butler. Wow. It's a very similar story, similar physical profile, similar in that they don't waste movement. They're very efficient. They have a plan. They're just playing with a higher basketball IQ than their peers. I'm all in on this guy. I don't know where he's going to get picked. Obviously, I hope that he's there at 20 for Miami, but I love this guy.
I like it. The old age thing, too, doesn't bother me nearly as much. And part of this is I don't think teams can make the 9-year plans like they used to. If you're drafting in the top 5, okay, you're hoping your guy is like a cornerstone piece for a while. Everybody else, can they play right away? Can they come in? Are they mature? And you can give them in, 3-4 years, and now they had to move on. That's fine. So I kind of like it. My next guy is these guys are stylistic comps rather than like I'm predicting them to be great. I'm going to go with Derek Queen. Okay. I like a big man with some skill. I'm worried about his 3-point shooting because I think that like if you're going to be a non-rim protection big, you better be able to shoot the ball, and he doesn't for now at least. But when he has all those guard skills, passing, ball handling, dances like a dancing bear with his footwork. I eat that stuff up.
It's great. You always run the risk of like, is he Julius Randle? Which isn't bad. Like Julius Randle gets shit on all the time. Like it's not a horrible outcome. Yeah. Or is he something greater? Rafael Barlow, who you and I know, loves Derek Queen. So that's a good pull. Another one of my guys. I'm going Noah Penda here.
Okay.
Not the profile of a player I typically am drawn to.
Okay.
I really don't love these tweener forward types because it just felt for years we were just like, is this the next Draymond? Is this the next Draymond?
Right.
Is this? And I'm like, no, none of them are the next Draymond. Stop. But I like this guy defensively. He led the French league in combined steals and blocks per game. I love production. I love production. If you're going to be one of these tweener forward types with the athleticism, like, all right, I don't need it. It can't be all theoretical for me. You have to have some sort of production at some level. And leads the French league in combined steals and blocks per game. And then when you watch the film, he's so fast to download and react on defense. The off-ball stuff he's doing is beautiful. Super high activity level. He does get over aggressive a lot of times, but he's got that thing where he just makes multiple efforts and can close in on space really quickly. So even if he does get beat, he does a good job of defending from behind and kind of getting back into the play. Thrived in a switching scheme on his French team multiple times of just like getting switched onto a smaller guard and taking care of business there. The swing skill for him, like a lot of guys with his profile, the outside jumper. It's the percentages aren't good, but what I like is that he doesn't shy away from taking them. I like that he's taking them. That means to me that he's putting in the work behind the scenes to be confident about that. And I think it'll just be a matter of time before it starts falling, at least at like a league average rate. He'll never be probably a good 3-point shooter, but it's got to be better than where it is now. My only problem with this is he's like a little doughy. And I hate doing that thing but it's like a little doughy, maybe a little too much French toast there. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure the American food though will do him well.
Right, get him into some NBA shape with an American team and a training staff, and I like his upside there at the end of like the first round. Nothing crazy, but he's one of my guys.
The last two guys I'll give you here. I like Nick Clifford out of Colorado State. Some of this is just local, but I think I like these players. One, he's older. And I like players who, play with a high IQ and carry these smaller market colleges, these mid majors.
What's the local buzz around him?
I mean, they loved him, winner, leader, like all of those types of things. So, it's really, really good. And then high IQ, easy to coach, all those different things. And then the skill set seems to lend itself to, again, not being a star, but being the type of guy that you bring into your system. And all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, that guy's giving you good minutes. Can he be a different style player? But like Cason Wallace has been, and a lot of the guys the Thunder have got are young, but older than their age. And I think he projects to be one of those guys. And then lastly, my late first, early second guy, I like Danny Wolf, man. I actually think it's crazy that people, you look at him and think athletically you're worried about this or that. Is he not Kelly Olynyk? He's a baby Jokic, but is he not at least Kelly Olynyk in the NBA?
Yeah, he's a little Kelly Olynyk, a little Josh McRoberts. There's like a little.
I loved McBob.
Yeah, I watched his film and I made two comparisons to him. He's like Franz Wagner trying to do a Paolo Banchero impression.
I'm in. You sold me. I'm in.
Yeah, and he moves like a Roomba. Like there's no upward mobility like with him, but he drives. He gets to the basket all the time. Like it's like, how does this guy keep getting to the rim? Yeah. And he just sort of low, like just kind of just moves like a Roomba right through the defense.
A Roomba.
I love Danny Wolf. Also, awesome name. Feels like the protagonist in a movie about high school basketball.
Totally.
Like in the middle of America somewhere.
Danny Wolf.
Danny Wolf leading whatever to the state title. My last guy is Jace Richardson. I love him. Michigan State guard. I love his side-to-side movement. I love everything about him. To me, I don't know why he's not considered one of the better guards in the class. I know that there's issues with his height or whatever, but I like him, and he's just screams to me NBA guard who probably gets a little bit more higher usage than he deserves, and I love those guys. Just like those irrational, confident, microwave scoring guards who you're like, we don't know if he makes us better, but damn it, I enjoy watching him, and I like Jace Richardson for that reason. Adam Matas, thanks so much, man, for joining me. You're one of my guys. You're one of my guys.
Hey, you're one of my guys, man. I gotta hit you up. I'm growing it out. A couple weeks from now, I'm gonna be saying, hey, man, I need some products. You got to give me the style, give me the tutorial.
I gotcha. We'll do a whole TikTok tutorial thing or something.
Perfect.
Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for listening to Real Jam Radio. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Check out the All NBA podcast, DNVR Sports, everything that Adam has going on. We'll link to it in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I guess we'll be back here on Real Jam Radio after the NBA draft.